Get ready for a mind-blowing secret from history. In 1946, archaeologists stumbled upon an incredible find, the ancient manuscripts hidden deep within a cave in Palestine, which we now know as the legendary Dead Sea Scrolls. Among these scrolls were fragments of a mysterious book called Enoch that's been kept under wraps by the church for centuries. So, what's so explosive about Enoch that has kept it from reaching millions of believers? Meanwhile, in Ethiopia and ancient Alexandria, people revered this 5,000-year-old scripture as sacred. But why does the church remain tight-lipped about its existence? Buckle up and get ready for an epic journey into the unknown. The mysterious Book of Enoch has been shrouded in secrecy, but its fascinating story begins with a group of curious Bedouin shepherds in 1946 or 47. While tending to their flock near the ancient site of Qumran on the Dead Sea's northwest shores, one of these young shepherds had an unexpected encounter. He accidentally knocked off a rock in a cliff crevice and was left with an eerie echo that sparked something incredible. Little did they know, this incident would change our understanding of history forever. The shepherds' curiosity paid off as they delved into the cave and stumbled upon a treasure trove of ancient artifacts. Among 7 clay vessels, they found an incredible collection of leather scrolls and papyrus, an archaeological gold rush that would change the game. These scrolls eventually landed in the hands of scholars who were blown away to discover they dated back over 5,000 years. But that's not all. Archaeologists went on to uncover tens of thousands more scroll fragments in nearby caves, bringing the total count to almost 900 priceless texts. While biblical scrolls and relics have been found in these desert caves, the Book of Enoch takes center stage with its jaw-dropping revelations about a hidden strand of human history that will leave you speechless. Get ready for a mind-blowing revelation. The Book of Enoch's wild ride began when it was initially celebrated by the early Essence's Jews and Christians alike. But why did this treasured text take a drastic turn and become disowned by the church? Let's uncover the truth that's been hiding in plain sight. Fasten your seatbelts as we dive into the mysterious life of Enoch, the man who lived so piously that God gave him an extraordinary gift: he didn't die. But who exactly was this remarkable figure, and what secrets does his story hold? Hold up, things just got interesting. Did you know Enoch was a major player in 3 of the world's biggest faiths? Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. In Jewish tradition, he's the great-granddad of Noah and Methuselah, the biblical record breaker who lived an astonishing 969 years. But here's where it gets wild. Some say Enoch was also the son of Cain and Ramona. Now, you'd think a figure as significant as Enoch would be a saint in every tradition, right? Well, not quite. The Roman Catholic Church isn't too keen on his books. Meanwhile, Armenian Christians celebrate Enoch's feast day on July 26th. So, what gives? Why does the church keep him on the back burner when he's such a big deal in other faiths? Get ready for a mind-blowing secret about your ancient past. You know how Enoch skipped the whole dying thing and got taken straight to heaven by God? Yeah, same deal with Elijah. These 2 dudes are the only ones in the Bible who didn't get the natural death treatment. Now, the Book of Enoch is like a treasure trove of 5 different sections, each packed with its own crazy stories. The first one, called the Book of Watchers, tells us about some seriously misbehaving angels called the Watchers. They were meant to keep an eye on humans, but instead, they got corrupted and started messing things up big time. Buckle up, folks. Here's a juicy story from ancient times that'll blow your mind. So, we've got these supernatural beings called the Watchers. They're like the VIP angels of heaven, described as sons of God and sons of heaven. Their job was to keep an eye on humans as they evolved, but they were strict no-fly zone, no messing with mankind allowed. But then, things took a turn for the scandalous. As humanity grew, so did the beauty of women. Those Watchers just couldn't resist. They started sneaking in some extraterrestrial romance and even got their angelic friends to join in on the action. The leader, Samjaza, tried to warn them about the risks, but the others were like, "Don't worry, dude, we've got this." Little did they know, these impromptu celestial hookups would have some seriously earth-shattering consequences. Get ready for the ultimate forbidden love story. According to the Book of Enoch, an astonishing 200 angels ditched their heavenly duties to make humanity's ladies their leading ladies. These fallen angels, also known as Watchers, spilled the beans on divine secrets. revealing mind-blowing cosmic knowledge that was totally off-limits to humans. They taught women sorcery, incantations, and crazy skills like dividing roots and trees. Talk about a superpower injection. But here's the deal. This wasn't just about some heavenly romance. It was a full-blown betrayal of God's trust. And can you guess what happened next? The Watchers' actions corrupted those mortal women, filling them with knowledge they weren't meant to have. So, imagine the offspring, a mix of human and angelic genes. Would they be demigods or something entirely new? It's a tale that'll make your head spin. Buckle up for the next chapter, when these earthly ladies gave birth to the little bundles of Watcher love. Something totally unexpected emerged: the Nephilim, half-human, half-angelic giants who were straight-up unstoppable. These titans packed incredible strength and smarts, and before long, they took over, leaving humans to deal with the devastating aftermath. The Nephilim went on a killing spree, targeting men first, but then things got really wild. They started knocking each other off instead. Amidst this mayhem, there was one angel who refused to party with the ladies. He was more interested in dishing out top-secret warfare secrets straight to humanity's doorstep. Can you guess which angel might have been behind that? Let's dive into some shocking revelations. There was this Watcher named Azazel who decided to corrupt humanity once and for all by sharing some seriously bad stuff with men. But here's the thing. 4 top-notch archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, caught wind of it and took their concerns straight to God. They were like, hey, what's the plan to get Earth back on track? And oh boy, what God had in store was mind-blowing. He decided to unleash a massive flood that would wipe out everything except for one man, Noah, and his family. Uriel was tasked with breaking this life-changing news to Noah, but here's the twist. It wasn't just about saving lives. It was part of an even bigger plan God had in store for humanity's future. Hold on to your seat as we unveil some intense divine justice. God called in some serious reinforcements. Raphael was tasked with shackling Azazel and banishing him to a super dark place, literally opening up the desert floor in an underground realm known as Dudale. And that's not all. He sealed Azazel under pointed stones to keep him trapped until the ultimate reckoning, when he'll get cast into fiery flames. But here's where things get even wilder. Gabriel was ordered to create some serious Nephilim drama and turn them against each other in a brutal battle royale, ending with them wiping each other out. And finally, the mastermind behind all this chaos, Samjaza, received his own punishment through Michael, the news of what's coming his way. Get ready for a jaw-dropping conclusion. The Watchers are sentenced to eternal punishment in the darkest depths of hell, but here's the kicker. They'll get to see their offspring meet a tragic end first. This brutal cycle will play out for an astonishing 70 generations, leaving them to witness the devastating consequences of their actions. Now, you might be wondering how this ancient tale ties into what we know from the Bible. Well, it turns out the Book of Enoch shares some serious common ground with Scripture, like in Genesis 6:2, where it's written that the sons of God fell for human women. And guess what? Even in the New Testament, Jude, James' brother, references the Book of Enoch, proving its impact on biblical history is real. Let's dive deeper into the fascinating connection between the Book of Enoch and the Bible. In Jude 14:15, we see that it gets a mention. It talks about Enoch, who comes from way back in biblical history, 7 generations after Adam, predicting the Lord's return with his saints to dish out justice. But here's the thing, just because the Book of Enoch gets some things right doesn't automatically mean every single part is trustworthy. Many scholars agree that the book has some unverifiable claims and lacks the crucial mark of being widely accepted by the early Christian church, which was a key factor in determining what made it into the official scripture canon. So while we can appreciate its historical significance and biblical connections, the Book of Enoch remains outside the realm of God's inspired and written word for now. Now, let's get wild. Imagine if the Book of Enoch suddenly became part of the official scriptural lineup. It'd be like hitting a rewind button on everything we thought we knew about human history through religion. It'd shake up our understanding of how it all began and challenge centuries of teachings. This ancient book paints a vivid picture of fallen angels hooking up with women, producing supersized giants who wreaked havoc on humanity, and a massive flood wiping the slate clean. Except for Noah's crew, that is. But here's the twist: we're not alone in these tales. They've popped up in other faiths and cultures around the globe. It's as if there's this cosmic thread of similar stories weaving through human history. So why did the church leave it out?